Hey, love bugs. Dr. Ashley Greer here. I want to talk to you today about how you have a lot more freedom to remove the stressors in your life that are making your life miserable. I am here by my pool in Bali. I just got back from a beautiful walk all around the rice paddies and the monkey forest. I saw probably 30 monkeys today. What a way to start a day, right? And walking through the jungle. It was a beautiful day. And then I went for a beautiful swim over there in my pool. And I feel really lucky to have lived this way. But what you need to understand is to live this way, I have been very, very selective about my experiences. What I mean by that is I choose very frequently to cut things out when they are no longer serving me. As you may or may not know, I am a former psychologist. I used to practice psychology. I was very successful at my work. I specialized in sexual assault. I worked in a psychiatric prison for a while. I worked with college students. I did all kinds of stuff. And I was unhappy. So what I did is I left that behind. I was engaged to a nice man, to be married. We had a house together. We had all this stuff that was supposed to be a life that, was supposed to make me happy, and it didn't. And so I left it behind. I have consistently made choices in my life which prioritized my happiness and prioritized reducing my stress levels. And that has resulted in the most dramatic differences in my life, and it has made all the difference because no one's going to make these choices for you, right? Nobody's going to come in and wave a magic wand and take all the stress away. Nobody's going to come in and wave a magic wand and suddenly your dream life is just there in your lap. You have to take action. You have to take radical action. You have to go out there and do things which actually make a difference. And some of of course we want to take action that is about building things and creating things. I talk a lot about creativity and spending more time on creating than consumption, right? Which is very, very important. But I want to talk today about cutting things and about dropping things. So one of these things that's a really great example is worry. That's a really good example of something that is stressing you out more than you think it is. It's not helping with anything, and yet you prioritize it and you worry all the time because somehow you think it's going to help you live your dream life. If I worry about retirement, or if I worry about my kids being healthy, or if I worry about my job, my job status, then everything's going to be okay. Nothing could be further from the truth. That worry is actually robbing you of your opportunity to be happy moment to moment, because that worry is basically a moment to moment decision to be miserable instead of enjoying where you are in the present moment and choosing to focus on what is working and choosing to take action on the creation rather than consumption of what isn't working. If you think about the concept of worry, worry is actually the consumption of the negative possibilities of something happening to you. Why would you? It's like watching a TV channel that's all about all of the terrible things that could possibly happen to you in your life, and you decide to put it on and leave it on permanently. Ugh, what? Would you do that? Why on earth would you do that? Now you might be like, well, Dr. Ash, it's just not that easy. I can't just stop worrying. Well, I'm not going to say you can just snap your fingers and stop worrying, but the process is actually quite simple. It's not easy, but it is simple. There are many, many techniques that I teach my clients about how to stop worrying and how to stop living in all of this presence of what if, I'm scared, oh my gosh, all of this stuff. But one of the simplest things you can do is to stop focusing on the negative, to stop focusing on the complaints in your life, to stop focusing on all of the things that are wrong and focus more on the things that are right. I know you've heard it a million times. Be grateful. Do gratitude, right? Everybody rolls their I myself roll my eyes at gratitude. It's like, why is everybody talking about gratitude again? So bored. But good Lord, gratitude really works, because gratitude actually refocuses you on what in your life is going well. So you're sitting there and you're worried about, well, what about having enough money for retirement? And how's my job security? Is my job security going to last? Da, 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 da. You can't do any of those things. You can't do anything about any of those things at the moment. Like, let's say you don't have more money to put into your retirement at the moment. So what you can do is you can be grateful that you have some retirement. You can be grateful that you have a job, and then you can look for new opportunities to create even more money to put in your retirement or new opportunities for a job. You see, our perspective is weighed heavily by our anticipation of what's going to happen. And when we live in a place of worry and concern, then we're going to anticipate more things to worry and be concerned about. This is kind of the cornerstone, the psychological cornerstone of the law of attraction, is that we will create more of what it is that we expect. And the reason this happens is it's some neurology. It's some stuff that goes on in your brain. Basically, your brain filters out all of the information that doesn't match with your expectations. And so your expectations play a powerful role in what your world ends up looking like. And so when you live in worry, when you live in complaints, when you live in all of these stressors that you can control, right? You can control the worry. You don't have to sit there and worry about your retirement when right now you can't put more money in it. There's no point to that. Put it in a worry box, put it on a shelf. That's actually a technique we used to teach it when I was a psychologist, is you can actually have a little worry box. And you take little pieces of paper and you write your worries on them, and you put your worries in the worry box and you put it up on a shelf. And whenever you start to worry, you say, well, my worries are up in that box, and I'll take it down, once a week or once a day for 10 minutes. And that's the only time I'm going to take to think about these things, because they're just robbing me of my opportunity to be happy with my life and to be satisfied with what's going on in the here and now. And so it's really, really important to drop the things that you can't control, to stop worrying about them, to stop, drop, and roll, to drop all of those concerns about things that are stressing you out, but that you're actually causing for yourself. Things like worry. And one of the biggest worries that I see in people is the worry about money. I can't tell you how many of my clients, myself included, worry about money. Most of the time, we're worrying about money. And you notice I was talking about jobs and retirement and stuff like that. Worrying about money is one of those pervasive issues. When we do not feel secure with money, we end up causing all kinds of problems for ourselves. We end up causing all kinds of stress for ourselves. We end up causing all kinds of problems for ourselves, because we are essentially living from that perspective where we are expecting issues with money instead of that sense of trust and relaxation, and this sense that we can trust money and we can create a loving and lush relationship with money. I actually created a free video series about this, and I want to share it with you. I'm going to put the link down below in the comments, and I want you to go check out this video series. It's amazing. We're going to talk about some of the biggest lies you've ever learned about money. And we're also going to do a really powerful meditation to begin shifting some of this fear around security around money that so many people have right away, so that you can start to totally change your relationship with money and make 2018 your most prosperous year ever. All right, I can't wait to see you there. Until then, have a fabulous day. And if you can't change it, don't worry about it. Stop causing problems for yourself, girl. See you later. Bye.